Station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
Station is ready.
National Geographic, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is Kathleen Schwilly, Vice President for Education at the National Geographic Society. I'm in Washington, D.C. with a huge group of excited high school students. Can you hear me?
Hear you loud and clear.
Great. I'd also like to introduce my colleague, Chris Albert, who's going to help our students to ask a set of questions.
Commander, thank you so much for joining us today at National Geographic. We're super excited. This is very cool.
Glad to be with you. Look forward to the questions.
So we have about 20 student questions for you, and I want to get in as many as possible. So I'm going to invite our first student up here, Tyler Lee, who is in 10th grade, and then we'll just keep going after Tyler. They'll come up and introduce themselves and ask their question. Tyler, come on up.
Yes, hello, Tyler Lee. And my question is, how does NASA determine when to fly to Mars?
Very good question. I don't think NASA is going to send anybody to Mars until we can do it safely, get them there safely, and as well as returning them back to Earth safely. So that's a big hurdle, and that's what NASA is working on to make sure that the astronauts can get there and return safely.
Hello, my name is Sheree Baltimore, and my question is, since humans have not been yet sent to Mars, what is the most challenging aspect of sending an astronaut to Mars?
Wow, Mars, that's a tough question because there's so many difficult things about getting humans to that planet. You may know that we're about 200 miles up here on the space station from the Earth, and the moon's around 200,000 miles away, and then Mars is around over 20 million miles away. So just that in itself is very difficult to get somebody that far away. I think the most difficult thing will be being able to keep the astronauts alive and healthy on their trip to Mars and while they're there, and then on their return trip. So having systems on the spacecraft that allow us to stay healthy by working out, by eating properly, and those sort of things to make sure that we're healthy when we get home.
My name is Ashara, and my question is, based on your previous research experiences, what is the main topic you are interested in researching on this mission?
Well, I tell you, I've kind of come here with an open mind, and I've really enjoyed everything I've gotten to do so far, and it's been a wide range of things. I've only been here a few weeks, but we've gotten to do several experiments already. I'm growing some plants. I'm growing lettuce in space, so that's kind of cool, and I've really gotten into that. So doing a little gardening in space along with many medical and other science experiments. So I'm not sure I have a favorite yet. Here in 3 or 4 months when I'm winding up my mission, I'll probably have a favorite or two, but right now I'm enjoying everything. Thanks for the question.
My name is Zakir, and my question is, since Mars has similarities to Earth, would you be surprised to find any life form on Mars?
Well, I think there may be some types of life form. I don't think we'll find it, the way that we experience life form here on Earth. But maybe I'm wrong. But it is something we want to go explore to see what's there, what maybe was there at one time, and how did it get to be the way it is now versus the way it was back then. So we have a lot to explore, and people your age. The exciting part is people your age are going to be the ones going to Mars for the first time. Not me. I'll be too old by that point. So you guys get ready because your generation's going to do it.
Hi, my name is Johan Sandoval, and I wanted to know if you've had any unforeseen complications while on the International Space Station.
So far, so good. We have not had anything completely unforeseen. We've had a few failures in systems, but they have happened before, so we have great procedures and great teams on the ground that make sure we get through those and get all the systems working like they're supposed to. So far, no, to answer your question.
Hello, my name is Linnea Samuels, and my question is, has the advancement in technology impacted your research, and if yes, how?
Well, I'd have to answer that yes. There's so much incredible technology that scientists and researchers on the ground have put together and actually gotten approved to fly up here to space. One, for example, my colleague who just left here last week, Kate Rubin, she was working on a biomolecular sequencer where they're looking at DNA samples up here, and they were doing billions and billions of samples. So that's a pretty cool thing. I mentioned earlier about growing plants in space. That's something that's fairly new with the technology we have. And so we're trying to do that, not so that I can survive here on the space station, but when we do send people to Mars one day, we want to be able to grow our own food. And so we're working on those kind of techniques now with really nice technology. And hopefully we'll be able to use this kind of stuff down the road.
Hello, my name is Ravindra Bisram, and my question is, given your prior experience and training for this mission, is there anything you weren't prepared for?
I'll have to say that the training is really excellent, and so far there's nothing I've been unprepared for. The separation of being gone kind of goes back to my military training, so that was something that was, not always happening, but it's something we were used to. And then being in this incredible laboratory like I am, the training I've received over the last several years, getting me ready for the mission, has completely prepared me.
Hi. Excuse me. Hi, my name is Erica Moore, and I was wondering if any research has come up with there actually being another planet inside or outside our solar system that can actually support life.
Well, I guess I'm not smart enough to answer that. I know people are always looking and trying to find other life forms in different planets and solar systems, but I'm not aware of any so far.
Hello, my name is Lavelle Walls, and my question is, what has surprised you most on this expedition?
Let's see. So far, I think the thing that surprised me the most is how well this vehicle is behaving. It's really an amazing complex. It's very big. It's about the size of a football field with incredible systems on board that support life. Air conditioning systems and bathroom systems and all kinds of science and research and food systems. Anything that you need to survive on Earth, we have it here, but we're just doing it in a different environment, about 250 miles above Earth. So the surprising part is everything's been working great. We'll really change out some things to make sure the maintenance and everything's going well, but hopefully this will keep up and we won't have any major components to change out.
Hello, my name is Samuel Devereaux, and my question for you was, what sparked your decision to travel into space in the first place?
Well, it has to go back to when I was a small child. I was inspired by the Apollo astronauts who were landing on the moon at the time. So this was back in the early 70s, way before you guys were born. But that's what we as Americans, everybody was focused on landing on the moon. And as a kid, that really struck me as, wow, that is really incredible. These brave men were going up to the moon, really, really far away on limited technology and succeeding. And when I saw that kind of sparked my interest and inspired me to want to be an astronaut.
Good afternoon, Commander. My name is Cornell Pollard. My question is, what role models or people did you have in your life to inspire you?
My biggest role model my whole life was my grandfather on my mother's side. He was just a great man, gentleman, and always did things right. Taught me a lot of great lessons along the way, and so I attribute a lot of my success to my grandfather.
Hi, Commander. My name is Brene Smith, and my question to you is, what has been your favorite moment as an astronaut?
Well, the favorite moment in space is looking out the window. As you might imagine, it's just an incredible view of Earth, and we're going around the Earth every 90 minutes, so that's pretty quick. We're traveling 17,500 miles an hour. So to be able to, look at our planet and pass it by that quickly is just something that we're not used to on Earth. And the views are spectacular. The sun comes up and down about every 45 minutes, so we get to see spectacular sunsets and sunrises every 45 minutes. Along with, at nighttime, the stars are incredibly beautiful and brilliant. So it's really incredible looking at our planet, and I think that's the thing that I've enjoyed most about being up here.
Hi, Commander. My name is Tara Miner, and my question is, what steps should I take as a high school student right now to prepare for this field later on in life?
Well, if you want to work at NASA or be an astronaut, I think the things you need to focus on are math, science, and engineering and technology. So those kind of STEM systems you've probably heard are what people at NASA are pretty strong in. So hopefully you'll start focusing on those and working really hard, and then do the same in college. And then if you're doing really well, then you'll have a good chance of maybe getting a job at NASA. And if you want to be an astronaut down the road, maybe you'll have a chance at that as well.
Good afternoon, Commander. My name is William Maya, and my question is, do I need formal flight experience to become an astronaut?
That's a good question. A lot of people think you have to be in the military, you have to be a pilot, and the answer is no. Actually, most of our astronauts these days are not in the military. Maybe 30 to 35%, I think, are military now, and the rest are civilians. So they're teachers and doctors and engineers and scientists that make up most of the astronaut corps. Some of those folks do have flight experience, but most of them don't. So to answer your question, no, you don't need prior flight experience to be an astronaut.
Good afternoon, Commander. My name is Henry Frazier, and my question is, can military experiences be a good lead to become an astronaut?
Being in the military, I was in the military, I was in the Army, I was a pilot in the Army flying Apache helicopters. It was a great avenue for me to put in an application and eventually be accepted. Again, it's not the only route, like I mentioned earlier in the previous question, but it is a good route for if there are spacecraft that we're going to fly, like the next vehicles that we're going to be developing here in the next few years. They're going to have commanders and pilots very similar to the space shuttle had a few years ago. So in that case, we will draw from the military to get our pilots and test pilots into those kind of roles.
Hello, my name is Maglori Lavojama, and my question is, as a children, we dream about exploring space. Is it everything you imagine?
It's even more than I imagined. Living and working in this really unique environment is just something that's hard to put into words, really. I could try to describe it to all of you, but it's just not the same as being here and being able to float around, and I can go sideways or upside down, and it just doesn't matter. So it's kind of cool. But that's just one aspect of it, being able to float around. Again, looking out the window is so unique and so special that if I can get back down here, I love doing that. Doing the science and research that we're doing up here is way more than I ever dreamed I'd be doing. And the cool thing about all the science and research is we're doing all this to help everybody back on Earth. It's not for us, it's not for me, it's for humanity. So that's really cool that we're part of something that big.
Okay, Commander. My name is Tara Miner. I'm back again. I had a second question. My question is, what do you recommend academically to prepare one for becoming an astronaut?
I'll kind of add on to the earlier question. Again, math, science, engineering, technology, those kind of subjects are what you need to focus on, and you need to do really well in them. Okay, you can't just take them and not do well if you want to eventually be an astronaut or eventually be a successful person in life. So work really hard. Get help when you need it. We all need help along the way. I'm not the smartest guy, but I work really hard, and I was able to accomplish a lot of my dreams.
Hello, my name is Brianna Kirkpatrick, and I was wondering, being in space for a long period of time, there are everyday things on Earth that limit our space. That are limited in space. How did you adjust to the new living in space?
Well, I think I get better every day at the daily things. We get trained a lot, like I mentioned earlier, on all the systems and everything on board. but you don't get trained on the things that you do every day, like eating and sleeping and brushing your teeth and those kind of things. So those kind of things you kind of have to just figure out on your own. And just remember, everything floats up here, so you got to manage a lot of stuff. If you have a packet of food and you have a spoon and you have scissors to cut it open, you can't hold all those things at the same time, so you got to manage them. You put Velcro on everything and you hold things down. So those kind of things are fun. They're unique. You've probably seen some videos maybe on YouTube of astronauts eating in space. It's always a good time with doing those kind of daily routine things. One thing a lot of people don't know is we don't have showers up here, so that's something I do miss, and it's a daily thing that you guys, I think, get to do hopefully every day. But something we don't have here, so we kind of just wipe down, and I'll be looking forward to a good shower here in about 4 months.
Hello, Commander. My name is Larry. Based upon the plant experiments on the space station and the knowledge we have of Mars, do you believe it is possible to grow plants using non-traditional methods such as hydroponics?
Yeah, I actually do, because I've actually planted some stuff like I mentioned earlier, and I'm seeing the sprouts already. And here in 3 or 4 more weeks, I think we'll see some real products of lettuce and cabbage that we're growing. So that's pretty cool. And if we can do it here, I think there's no reason we can't do that sort of thing on a planet like Mars either.
Commander, I promise this is my last question. At what moment in your life did you want to become an astronaut?
Well, I talked a little bit about it earlier. I was probably 5 or 6 years old when I first saw the men walking on the moon, and that kind of sparked my interest. It wasn't, I think everybody at my age back then wanted to be an astronaut. So, eventually I went to college, and actually when I went to college at the United States Military Academy at West Point, I figured that dream of mine of being an astronaut was gone, because I didn't realize you could be in the Army and be an astronaut. So I just went there. I went to serve in the Army as a pilot, and eventually I realized you could do both. So that kind of flame in my brain kicked in again, and I really wanted to be an astronaut. So I got lucky enough. I applied a few times, and finally they accepted me in 2004. And happy to be up here flying now.
Commander, this is Chris Albert again from National Geographic. We have a couple other questions that we collected. I think we have about a little over 2.5 minutes left. Can you tell us a little bit about the science experiments that you're doing up there right now?
So we got several what we call payloads going on. Yesterday we did some 3D printing, which is kind of cool in space. So I pulled out an element that was printed. There's another one in there today, I think, that I could pull out at any time. The Japanese have a combustion module in their chamber, which I was working on yesterday, so that's pretty cool technology. We have, let's see, what else? The plants that I mentioned that we're growing in the European module. That's pretty special there. The module I'm standing in now is the U.S. laboratory. We also have a furnace up here where I'm pointing. One thing people don't think about, because we're so used to being on Earth, is here in space, like, this isn't just a wall to my right or to my left. There's a wall above me and below me. So there's drawers and experiments below me, above me, and to my right and left. So we can use all this space just like it. We can only use the sidewalls on Earth. We can use all the volume here in space. So that's kind of unique. And so there's a lot of Russian experiments as well. My colleagues, I have 2 cosmonauts I'm up here with right now. They're down on the Russian segment doing a lot of experiments as well. So the total product and all this stuff that we're going to do over time is going to produce really huge benefits for humanity.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what we're seeing around you there?
I don't know if you can see this device to my left here. Can you guys see that I'm shaking or not?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so that's our stationary bike that we ride. We do that a few times a week. For exercise up here, we have to exercise about 2 to 2.5 hours a day. About an hour of weightlifting. Of course, nothing weighs anything up here, but we have a great machine called ARED that we get on, and you can crank up really heavy loads, and you can do squats and bench press and shoulder press and crunches and curls, and anything you can do on Earth, you can pretty much do on this machine. So we do that for about an hour, and then we ride this, for aerobic activity, we ride the stationary bike, or we have a treadmill as well that we do for about an hour each day. And that keeps our bones and bone density and muscle mass and muscle density very similar to what it was when we left.
So I think we're about out of time. I just want to ask all of our students here if you guys could give a big yell Mars to the commander, and then we'll say thank you. So ready on 3. 1, 2, 3. And thank you.
All right, best of luck to all of you. It was great chatting with you. Good luck.
Thank you so much, Commander. Thank you. Be safe.
Station, this is Houston ACR. That concludes the event. Thank you.
Thank you to all participants and guests from National Geographic. Station, we're now resuming operational audio communications.